What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another video for my OMI homies. Now, it's been a little while since my last video. I've been busy with work, busy with life, and so I haven't been able to produce any content. And in that time, a lot has transpired. I've had a lot to say, and I haven't been able to say it, so I'm going to say it all in this video. There's been so much FUD in the community. Morale is down, probably at its lowest since last summer. A lot of people in the community are upset, and rightfully so. All right, not only is the price of the token down to about 0.0034 at the time of this recording, but the prices of VEVE NFTs have crashed more than 60% since their all-time high back in January. But more than the price action, the overwhelming majority, 99.9% of people collecting VEVE NFTs still don't have access to MTL. We've only had one new exchange listing since the IMX migration, and it's a small exchange. And now there's talk that buybacks may be paused indefinitely, all right, and that OMI Reserve Wallet could end up meaning absolutely nothing. So I'm going to give you all of my thoughts on it. In my mind, there's one real problem that VEVE and OMI has, one problem that the team has. I'm going to be talking about that in this video. So stick around. There's a lot to talk about. If you like this sort of content, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is linked down below. So I'm going to get right into it and talk about what I believe the real problem with this team is, and it's not, to me at least, the delays. All right, the problem with this team, and it's been a problem for a while, is their communication. And by that I mean clear, well-articulated communication about what is going on. Because for months and months, we've been talking about MTL, and they've been talking about the fact that we're heading into beta. We're going to roll out MTL little by little. People expected this last year. Now here we are, end of the first quarter 2022, and a week and a half ago, Reese says that approximately 50 to 60 people currently have MTL, and that's an embarrassingly low number. Okay, it's an embarrassing number. There's no way around it. You can't say that 50 to 60 people having MTL at this time in 2022 is a positive or sounds good to people, especially when you consider the fact that people are seeing other NFT projects like Recur tweeting out that they already offer a cash out ability with a minimum of only $100, and that they will soon have global cash out support. Now, to be clear, Recur hasn't accomplished anything yet. They're nowhere near the level that VEVE is. VEVE has built a tremendous business in the last year and a half. VEVE has accomplished a ton in a short amount of time. However, it is very bad optics for people to see this new up-and-coming NFT project offering their customers cash out ability when VEVE has been promising it to their customers, and their customers have a ton of money locked into the app, and they have not yet been able to deliver. And only 50 to 60 people have the ability to cash out end of first quarter 2022. Now, again, the problem to me is not the delay. The problem is the lack of an explanation, all right? Because when you don't give people an explanation, you're going to get speculation, and that's what we've been getting. There have been so many people online saying, well, the issue is they don't have the money to cash people out, or, this was a rug pull from the start. These are tweets that I've been reading over the last month or so. And I don't think any of that is true. I don't think this is because the team is being dishonest or the team is trying to mislead people. I think that MTL is rolling out at this very slow pace due to technical issues, but they have not expressed that. They've not articulated that. And so what we're seeing is people speculating and creating their own reasons as to why this is taking so long. Getting an MTL license takes time. Successful applicants generally receive a money transmitter license within 12 to 18 months of applying. With worldwide crypto projects, it could take up to 2 years. In my opinion, the team needs to properly explain the technicalities involved. They need to properly explain where they are in the process and what's left to go in the process so that people understand the process, instead of just telling people, well, it's coming out soon and then we'll be rolling it out to more people. And you keep telling them that over and over again. And then months later, you tell them that, well, 50 to 60 people have it and that's where we are in the process. And then people start to question your leadership and question your word. All right. And once you lose people's trust, it's hard to regain it. All right. So now, on top of MTL, there's also the issue of buybacks, and it's much of the same thing. Many months ago, they said that they would have to pause buybacks because of regulatory concerns. They were advised by lawyers. They want to avoid being labeled a security and having any issues with the SEC. And that's all well and good, all right? That's understandable. But then nothing else was said, and people continued to celebrate the OMI token burns from the reserve wallet. You had Uncle Jeremy calculating, when that reserve wallet would be totally drained. People making videos celebrating the fact that we were burning so much OMI from the reserve wallet. And once OMI utility happened, we would be burning OMI from both ends. Now, during that time, some members of the community were questioning whether or not the buybacks would ever resume. And those questions became more and more frequent. All right, and still there was no official word from the team. Nothing was said until, again, a week and a half ago, during that Reese interview. He talked about buybacks and said that they may be paused indefinitely. That is, of course, due to regulatory concern. Now, again, that's all well and good. I can understand that. I think most people can understand the fact that crypto is a brand new asset class. It's kind of like the Wild West, and the rules are being written as we play the game. All right, and so it is important for a team to be able to pivot and switch up the direction and, change things up. However, I don't think it's a good idea to hint at the fact that the tokenomics of the project are effectively changing without offering more clarity and without offering more concrete answers. Because if that's the case, then this all means nothing. All these token burns from the reserve wallet, that all means nothing. And you can't tell everyone for 2 years that it means something and celebrate all those token burns and then just be dismissive of it in a random AMA without offering any formal communication from the leaders of the company. And I think that is the problem. The problem is not that the tokenomics need to change in order to avoid regulation. I think everyone can understand that. I think everyone can also understand the fact that OMI utility is more important than the buybacks. That is very understandable to people. What brings frustration is the lack of communication, that nothing was said for months and then it was just kind of randomly thrown in an AMA with Reese without any further clarification from the leaders of the company. Now, nothing has changed in terms of my investment strategy. Nothing has changed in terms of my opinion of VEVE and of the OMI token. All right. But I am going to call the team out on when I think they made mistakes. And I think that their communication has been awful. And I think it needs to change. All right, because they need to control the narrative. If they don't control the narrative, then people on Twitter control the narrative with their speculation. And that's how FUD gets out of control. And that's how sentiment that's the reason why the sentiment is where it's at right now. Now, I think the team recognizes that, and I think that's why they're shifting to the pre-recorded videos. All right, they're going to be releasing a video middle of next week. Dan and Dave talking about things, giving us updates, and I think it's going to be pre-recorded so that they can better control the message and take back the narrative. At least that's what I am hoping. All right, so those are my thoughts on what's the major problem is with this project. I remain as bullish as I've ever been. However, I recognize that the team needs to do better. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the description below. As always, if you like the video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel on your way out, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay safe. I will see you in the next video.